Good morning, student friends. So, in previous lecture we discussed the multi-plate clutch. So, as we discussed in that discussion that multi-plate clutch is nothing but an extension of single plate clutch. In multi-plate clutch, number of the clutch plates are more than 2, and that is why the need of multi-plate clutch arises. That also we discuss. One, that is a requirement of high torque transmission. Second, that is the space limitations. So because of these two reasons, the need of multi-plate clutch is arises. Accordingly, we discuss the construction and working of multi-plate clutch, as well as we discuss the wet clutch and dry clutch. What is a wet clutch? What is a dry clutch? Advantage, disadvantage of this wet clutch and dry clutch. Now we will discuss the application. 1 minute. Application and the advantage and disadvantages, that this point is remaining in previous lecture. So application, multi-plate clutches are used where compact construction is required. For example, in our two-wheelers, in all two-wheelers, the multi-plate clutches are to be preferred. Getting, because the size is to be reduced for the same torque transmission compared to the single plate clutch. As well as multi-plate clutch used in heavy commercial vehicles to transmit the high torque, where the high torque transmission is to be needed. In that case also we are going to be used the multi-plate clutches. Advantages, that decrease the weight of the clutch. It will decrease the weight of the clutch as the spring force is less. Only single spring clutch spring is to be used in this case, and because of that the weight is to be reduced compared to the single plate clutch. In single plate clutch, as we know that the number of springs are more. Number of springs are more, and because of that weight increases. As well as the size also, that is a compact size is there. Increase the amount of torque transmission due to the increase in number of clutch plates. Decrease the moment of inertia of clutch, as the weight is reduces, means the moment of inertia also, that is a less. Disadvantage, the heat up quickly, as number of friction plates are more, obviously heat dissipated is more, it is large. Multi-plate clutches are heavy, multi-plate clutches are too expensive, again due to the number of plates are increasing, as well as the in multi-plate clutches the weight clutches are to be used. So for that we need the lubricant system or the system that is to avoid the lubrication, continuous lubrication in the clutch. Because of that the that cost is also more. Now let's discuss the next, the diaphragm clutch. So here the figure shows the engaged position of diaphragm clutch and disengaged position of diaphragm clutch. So this type of clutch, this kind of clutch is getting increasing use on recent auto vehicles. This kind of clutch is getting increasing use on recent auto vehicles due to several favorable aspects. Its working is almost similar to the helical spring type clutch that we discussed for single plate as well as multi-plate. So working is similar to the spring type clutch described before, except that helical springs and release levers are replaced by a single diaphragm spring. So in this case there is no helical spring is to be provided. If you see the figure here, you can observe that there is no any helical coil spring is to be used for engagement and disengagement. Instead of this helical spring as well as for the release levers, these springs and these release levers are to be replaced by a single diaphragm. So here diaphragm is shown. Here this diaphragm, this plate is shown. This diaphragm, this disc, that is nothing but a diaphragm. So a diaphragm spring is a large disc. This diaphragm is nothing but a large disc of saucer shape. Saucer shape means like a bashi. In our in Marathi we say that bashi. Saucer means that is a bashi. That shape is to be provided for this diaphragm spring. If you see here, this diaphragm spring in disengaged position is it a saucer shape. Getting it is a saucer shape. As well as the diaphragm spring is having the disc with provided with the radial fingers or profiles. The radial fingers or profiles are provided on its center portion. Center portion, in center portion the radial that ribs are provided, radial fingers are provided. Getting the saucer shape you can take in a disengaged position. If you see here, the diaphragm spring take the saucer shape in disengaged position. Getting, and it takes the flat shape in case of engaged position. Getting, in case of engaged position, it is due to compressive force acting on it. Getting, it is due to the compressive force acting on it during the engaged position. Getting, during the engaged position, the force, that is the compressive force, is acting on this diaphragm spring. That's why it takes the flat shape. Getting, so when clutch pedal is provided, clutch pedal is pressed, what happens? Again, the force is to be going to be act on this diaphragm spring, and thereby it takes the saucer shape. Getting, when the driver going to press the clutch lever or clutch pedal, getting, in that case the compressive force is acting on this spring, and thereby it takes the saucer shape. So this spring is also known as a bevel spring. It is also known as a bevel spring. So see, the construction of this type of clutch is shown in the figure. The clutch is disengaged position here. In this case it is a disengaged position. In this case it is a engaged position. The arrangement shows that the diaphragm spring is hinged. Diaphragm spring is hinged to the cover through the fulcrum. If you see here, the diaphragm spring is hinged to the cover. This is a clutch cover, and spring is hinged to the cover by using the diaphragm spring fulcrum. Getting, and the pressure plate can be moved axially. Pressure plate can be moved axially, and a number of short links that is not shown in the figure. So many short linkages are there that is not shown in the figure. Getting, so here pressure plate is there. You see here the pressure plate is there over which this diaphragm spring is going to be connected, and in between the pressure plate and flywheel the clutch plate is there, or clutch disc is there. Clutch plate is to be provided. If you see here, the clutch plate is to be situated intermediately between the flywheel and pressure plate. Getting, and number of short linkages are there, but it is not possible to shown in the figure. Getting, and all these short links having their moderate flexibility. Getting, and they are going to use to transmit the drive from clutch plate, correct, from the clutch plate and pressure plate to the cover. Getting, for that number of short linkages are there, but it is not possible to shown in the figure. So simply what happens in the work of this helical coil spring, that going to engage the clutch, always engage the clutch, that is to be represented by, that is to be replaced by using the diaphragm spring. Getting, so diaphragm spring is nothing but a large disc of saucer shape provided with radial fingers at its center position. Getting, at its center position means the profile of this large disc having the radial fingers, getting, over this disc is provided. Getting, so if you see in the disengaged position, so disconnection to the system is imparted by pressing the clutch pedal. Once the driver presses the clutch pedal, disconnection of the system is to be imparted. Getting, which actuates the release bearing, by means of release levers. Getting, and thereby it takes the saucer shape, and thereby the clutch plate is to be moved toward the right side, and thereby it will be disengaged from the clutch plate. Getting, so that is the two positions are there. In the examination point of view, you can draw any one figure. Getting, any one figure, it is not required that both figures are to be not required. Getting, so here also similar to single plate clutch, diaphragm spring is used instead of coil spring. Diaphragm spring is a large disc of conical form. It contains number of radial fingers in the center portion. It takes on a flat shape in engaged position. Diaphragm spring is also known as bevel spring. Flywheel fixed to the engine shaft. Clutch plate is freely mounted on the splines of the clutch shaft. pressure plate assembly fixed to the flywheel, correct, and with the pressure plate this diaphragm spring is to be connected. So when clutch is engaged, diaphragm spring takes on flat position, exerts load on pressure plate exerts pressure on clutch plate to keep the contact with the flywheel, clutch plate rotates with the flywheel, clutch shaft also rotates and power is transmitted to the gearbox. Clutch disengage, when driver presses the clutch pedal, diaphragm spring takes on its original shape of conical form, that is a saucer shape. There is no pressure exertion by pressure plate on clutch plate. The clutch plate moves axially outwards and stops rotating. Power is not transmitted from engine shaft to the clutch shaft. Advantages: it is more compact, means storing energy. This results in smaller clutch housing. Even in worn out condition, the spring force is not less than the required. Diaphragm spring act as both clamping spring as well as release reverse. Low operating effort, better balancing, accurate operation at higher engine speeds. It is less affected by the centrifugal force. Get it? Also occupies the smaller depth, reduce the friction in mechanism, accommodate larger clutch plate within given housing diameter. Disadvantage: insufficient clamping force in case of large diaphragm. Insufficient clamping force is available in case of large diaphragm. So mainly it is used with the modern, that recent cars you can found the application of this diaphragm clutch. Getting. So this is about the diaphragm clutch. In the examination point of view also it is very important. In the examination they are asked so many times about this diaphragm clutch. So there is also one university examination they ask the difference between the diaphragm clutch and the single plate clutch. There is a difference between the single plate clutch and diaphragm clutch. So simple. In single plate clutch it consists of flywheel, pressure plate, clutch plate with friction lining along with the coil springs. In single plate we are using the helical coil spring. In diaphragm clutch it uses the flywheel is there, clutch plate is there, pressure plate is there, but for engaging the clutch a conical spring that is called as a diaphragm spring is to be used. Saucer shaped diaphragm spring is to be used. Saucer shaped, the disc is there, the disc is known as the conical spring or diaphragm spring. Getting? So in this case only we are going to be replace this release reverse and coil spring by using the diaphragm spring. In case of single plate clutch it requires release reverse, correct, it requires the release reverse. Coil springs are arranged circumferentially to provide the axial force on the pressure plate. In case of diaphragm there is no such springs are to be needed to ensure the axial force, as well as there is no need of the release reverse. Getting? A diaphragm, the spring is going to represent both the work of this coil spring as well as release reverse. Then in single plate clutch, driver needs to exert high pressure to hold clutch out of the engagement. Getting? Means during the disengagement driver needs to exert more pressure to overcome the number of spring force. As we know that number of springs are more, so whatever the pressure the driver is going to be exerted also more. In case of diaphragm clutch, driver has not exerted as high pedal pressure to hold the clutch out of the engagement. Means during the disengagement there is no required more exertion for the driver. In single plate clutch it is a less compact, size is more, it occupies the more space. Getting? But compared to the single plate in diaphragm it is more compact. Getting? Means storing energy is more than the coil spring. Getting? So likewise you can differentiate between the diaphragm clutch as well as the single plate clutch. So in the examination point of view diaphragm clutch is very important. So in all recent modern vehicles you can find the application of diaphragm clutch. So in the next lecture we will see the remaining the types of the clutches. Thank you very much.